Greeting, salam, shalom. My name is Saurabh Chamanara, and I am a member of Cyrus Force and maybe a fellow of Cyrus Force. Cyrus Force is an organization registered and stationed in Florida, United States, and I am in Illinois. Cyrus Force has members all over the country, in every state, and we are acting unanimously together, actually. And Cyrus Force acts as Pehrawan Koorosh, the followers of Cyrus in Iran, and we have members in Iran as well. Cyrus Force has been activating and acting for many years from the beginning in 1979 for change of constitution in Iran. And that has been our agenda for all this time since the beginning of the revolution in Iran. But recent event in the, the world with attacking Iran by Israel made us to make this video in English, and it's clearly a message for President of United States. Just before the attack, perhaps a few months before that, we knew about the bombing of Iran by Israel, and among ourselves, we couldn't believe it because we knew that Israeli will never make such a mistake. As a matter of fact, just one day before bombing Iran by Mr. Netanyahu, we wrote a statement and comparing that with the invasion of Saddam Hussein in 1980s. And we made it clear in that statement that this bombing actually not only hurt Ayatollahs, but they have been praying for many years that sometime Israel will do such a thing. When it happened, so we made another statement by all these statements actually are in the website of cyrusforce.org, and you can read them. But the purpose of this video today, the first day of Khordad in Persian calendar and 20th of June, is to just read the last statement of the Cyrus Force, which has been signed by Mr. John Naimi, and discuss this letter. I would like to read it in the way it was written. So before I do that, I just want to make another introduction that Cyrus Force 25 years ago, and together with Mid-America Committee here in Chicago, we after President Khatami became president of Iran, and we saw the window of opportunity for the negotiation, we made a suggestion to President Clinton, and he accepted that, and we took a delegation of the 18 American to Iran. At that time, our worry was MKO, and because Mujahideen at that time were in the terrorist list, and we were afraid of being somehow hurt by them. But Cyrus Force, Pehrawan Koorosh, and John Naimi had so many friends in Iran. They had guaranteed that our mission in Iran will be absolutely safe. Then, at the end of that mission, which was we were attacked by three bicycle driver. One of them was president, later on became President Ahmadinejad, and he hit our bus. And the next day, all the delegation came back. But I stayed in Iran, and Uh, I had to answer a few questions to the security people, and they were coming to Hotel Azadi and interview me about this mission and who they are and what's their relation with CIA and all of those things. And we just said we came here for just a meeting and sightseeing. That's what Secretary Madeleine Albright advised us: don't talk about anything but sightseeing. And I do remember what uh, Secretary Albright said before we leave to me and Mr. Miner, late Mr. Miner, that when you go there, don't talk about anything because we have all these people at the top uh, uh, of the official in Iran. They are in touch with us, and then they might report you that you have come there for certain business, and that would be illegal. So this is only something which I have to say after 25 years to the people that I never disclosed this thing before. But the most important thing that that happened the last day that I was interviewed in Iran after 2 weeks, the guy in the security people said, Haji Agha wants to talk to you. I didn't know who is Haji Agha, it's the sir. And as soon as he picked up the phone and said, Salamun alaikum, I realized his voice is Mr. Rafsanjani. And he said, but we know that you have come here for a good purpose, but when you go back, please be kinder to Reza Pahlavi. Oh, I was so surprised that Mr. Rafsanjani made such a comment. I never said that official stand, but today I have to say that. And one of the reasons that Rafsanjani was killed by Ayatollah Khamenei was his relation and his family with Mr. Reza Pahlavi. And this is really our surprise that Mr. Netanyahu likes to make a King Jalabi for us. Anyway, that's not relevant at this time, but this is something that I had to mention it before I read this letter that John Naimi wrote. He wrote, greeting and welcome to the constitutional think tank of the parliamentary government within Cyrus Force USA and followers of Cyrus in Iran. I am Koorosh Naimi, the founder of Cyrus Force USA, alongside our competitors in Iran. We have opposed the Ayatollah's Constitution of Islamic Republic since its drafting in 1979, and we continue to advocate for its complete replacement. Our position has been clearly laid out in the roadmap, a book published last year. This book was handed directly to several senior U.S. senators during a campaign meeting, and the photos of these meetings are publicly available on our website, cyrusforce.org. Last week, prior to Israeli attack on Iran, we issued a statement comparing that attack to Saddam Hussein war on Iran 60 years ago, a comparison that sparks criticism. Now, with increasing rumor of possible American military strike on Iran, we declare firmly such an attack would be a historic mistake, and if it happens, we cannot and will not stay silent or avoid condemning it. Although we have consistently emphasized, especially in the roadmap, that security of Israel and the historic friendship between the people of Iran, Israel, and United States are unshakable principle of our belief. We refuse to become pawns of the military-industrial complex. The death of even one Iranian, American, or Israeli is something we mourn and firmly condemn. In these critical moments, we respectfully urge the beloved President of the United States to heed the voice of his most senior advisor and to carefully consider what the day after a U.S. military attack on Iran would look like, especially nuclear and chemical leaks. Long live Iran, America, and Israel. www.cyrusforce.org, date June 18, 2025. Contact email cyrusforce1@gmail.com. Telephone number +1 561 609 722. This is our last statement, and thanks to President Trump's wise decision that it delayed this attack on the Fordow. But let me, before saying anything, tell you about this book that we wrote 2014. This was a roadmap that Cyrus Force had in mind, a union between Israeli, Armenian, and Iran to base the union of the Middle East. One thing I want to tell you that always have been in my mind, but privately I have said to many people that all these discussion about nuclear is just irrelevant in my opinion. Because 25 years ago or 30 years ago, Mr. Lepet, the governor of Siberia, when Soviet Union collapsed, came to United States and in front of the Senate Foreign Committee made a statement that the Soviet Union had 25 dirty bombs. And you know what is dirty bomb? Is a nuclear bomb in a suitcase. Not powerful, but it spreads the nuclear radiation. He said we had 25 dirty bombs, and now 12 of them are missing. We don't know where they are. I don't want to make any statement or say where they are, but you are a wise man. You can guess where it is. Believe you me, I have been in touch with many Ayatollahs, and I have published 4 versions of Quran, and I have sat down with Ayatollahs and talked to them, and sometimes when I talk, I pass the red line. They say, "Oh, don't worry about this man. He's a crazy anti-revolution, but he's a friendly with us because I have written Quran. I have published Quran. My last Quran, which is a Quran Chronicle, is a proof that these Ayatollahs are not really that Muslim that you think they are. And their constitution is absolutely anti-Quran. This is my claim, but I never had the chance to discuss it openly with them. We, in Cyrus Force, wrote this book, a small book, The Roadmap, which we mentioned in our statement. This is what we believe. This is the roadmap for the future of Iran. Our mission in this book, which is clearly written and signed by 4 principals of the founders of Cyrus Force. These are only one of them is John Naimi. 3 of them are American. High-ranking general, retired general. We have said that the change of regime in Iran is not our business. Change of constitution is our business, because in the Islamic Republic of Iran, there are 8 items which clearly it says that we have to kill, we have to defeat, we have to fight everywhere in the world against the American interest. But I don't know why you don't mention this in your negotiation. Jokingly, I said to many of my friends that, well, you go and do the nuclear negotiation and you don't want Iran to have a nuclear. But at the end, they might say, okay, we don't want to have nuclear, but in our constitution it's written we have to kill you, but we will kill you with gun. This is what the constitution of Iran is. And we have said this will go through a process. For nearly 20 years, I have been writing to my Senator Durbin, to have a meeting with me only for 5 minutes to show him what the Constitution of the Islamic Republic of Iran is. The first sentence of it, it says, like the American Constitution, say, we the people, we write this Constitution for prosperity and happiness of Americans. It has 9 pages. And it starts with, we write this Constitution to fight with America. Can you believe that? And after the 9 pages explaining all of these bad thing about America, and all said, by the end of this century, that means 3 years ago, we will defeat the suppressor, meant America, and the Islamic Republic will be the worldwide understanding for all countries of the world. That was 46 years ago. 46 years ago, they wrote this. And in that constitution, it says, our army does not belong to us, belongs to all suppressor of the world. That's why when you say, why are you supporting Houthis? Why are you supporting Hezbollah? Why are you supporting Hamas? My friends, it is in their constitution. It's written in their constitution. That was our fight. I said, just give me, Senator Durbin, 5 minutes to talk to you. And he has written back to me. But letter. Mr. Chamanara, dear Sora, if there will be a discussion about Iran in the floor of the Senate, I will consider what you have told me. But never happened. Only happened when President Trump became president and he understood what we were saying. That is why President Trump is a wise man. We have a Persian word. It says, a stupid guy throw a stone onto the well that 1,000 wise men cannot take it out. Now President Trump is in such a big mess in the Middle East that Prime Minister Netanyahu has created since 2 weeks ago. I don't know what to say, but the point is, we have written several books in Cyrus Force and explaining all these things. The way to change the regime in Iran is not by negotiating the nuclear or attacking Iran, is to just go and tell them, your constitution is telling that you are going to kill us. How can we negotiate with you, and how can we sign an agreement with you? They say, well, the Iranian side said, no, Ayatollah Khamenei said, we are going to sign this and we are going to abide. But you don't understand. because you haven't read Quran, you haven't read Shia ideology. He can say one thing today and sign something today, and by his religion he can do next thing tomorrow. Because in Article 5 of the Constitution, he represents God. He represents the 12th Imam. Whatever he says is the Constitution. One day he might say, go negotiate, sign the agreement, and next day he might even say the agreement is no. My friends, we are in a difficult situation. The only thing we pray that the Israelis read the book of Ezra. They read the book of Esther. Not for Israelis, but even the Christian. It's in the Bible. Yes, the book of Ezra. It says how Cyrus the Great freed the Jews. We don't want to, Mr. Netanyahu, to free Iranian. We don't want you to make His Majesty the King Chalabi for us, for the Iranian. Who the hell are you to make king for Iran? My friends here in Illinois, I can debate this matter in the Knesset in Skokie, where majority of the Jews are there. I have few, friends, Jewish friends, of course. I have many friends actually, but I've never discussed these things with them. This is not the way of doing it. Tell you what, if you bomb Fordow, even if you don't reach to the nuclear site and that depth, there will be nuclear spares of the nuclear things that you have to you have to always, when you do something, always look at the day after. It's easy. The military might of the United States can do anything. The Sixth Fleet from there, Fifth Fleet from you. They can attack everything and ruin everything. Just listen to what will happen next day. What we have written here. What we have written here. Nuclear and chemical leaks. In the radius of 200 miles of Fordow, which is almost Tehran, there will be leaks. And the people will not live for the next maybe 100 years. It's just going to be like a Chernobyl. I leave the judgment to you, Mr. President. Thank you for listening.